What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami. We are back. So we have the new map. It goes the full game. I'll let you see if it's win or a loss. We're gonna play Vanguard Greatsword. It's more about the map and my impressions of the update so far. I'll give you my overall thoughts as I go and like my what I think basically. But overall, I'm pretty happy. And just real quick, I do want to point out I broke my rule. Please don't put me on the wall of shame, Strida. I did switch to attack because I was getting sick of trying to get gameplay, and when the game was finally full of players, I did not want this to just end with me playing good defense. So we're gonna attack. I'm sorry. And if you see, I got new Vanguard fashion. I've been loving the cosmetics. That was probably the thing I'm most excited about, and the Royals Y-Hander is now available to everyone. You'll love to see it. I had it before my PC broke because I pre-ordered the game, and it was a long wait to get it back, but I think it's been enough time where the people who pre-ordered it had their exclusivity. I think that's a word, and now we all have it. And by the way, I forgot to say I love every single one of you. The Discord has been growing like crazy. We're at about 250 people, even while I haven't been making videos, so that'll be in the pinned comment. And again, I love you guys. So in terms of actual gameplay, which I won't be talking too much about, mostly about the map and everything else, I get off to a very slow start. My entire team was negative except me, and the one player finished ahead of me, so it was a bit of a struggle. But like I said, it goes the full game, and I'll let you see if we win or not. But now, this first objective, it's pretty interesting. I like the openness of it. It's pretty cool. It's like one of those ones that you just fight in an open field, and I kind of like that. But there's some like rocks and stuff you can get stuck on while walking around, which can be a little frustrating. I don't think it's the end of the world. I see people very annoyed by it. And by the way, I kind of like horses in the game. If you ever watch Battle of the Bastards in Game of Thrones, it reminds me of that with the mayhem. And like, I just think it's cool, but I can understand why people aren't the biggest fans. So just a little side thing there. I'm excited that's something I'm going to talk about first, actually. I'm really excited that in the 64 player queue, we only have team objective. I'm very happy about that. And something I really loved was the 40 player queue when it was on the front page. And now that we have that back on the front page with a reason to play it, I'm really looking forward to seeing and hoping that that'll be full as well, because I really think it's a good change of pace to try the 40 player mode if you guys are interested in it. And part of the reason I think, this is my theory, that I developed this calling card of really good footwork, movement, whatever you like to call it, is I played the 40 player servers for a really long time before I got into 64s. And with all that open space, it kind of taught me how to move around. That's my theory, at least. A lot of it is just playtime, though. So the fact that team deathmatch is in that queue will be a nice thing, I think, because I don't hate team deathmatch. I think Warden Glade is pretty cool. I like Courtyard for the meming. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes. Now, in terms of the battle pass, I think it's up to you if you want to get it, obviously, or if you think battle passes are a problem, that they're a thing. I don't really care about that stuff. I just think that they did a really good job with the Agatha stuff. Knights look a lot cooler. I'm so much happier with how my Vanguard looks, but the Knight stuff is incredible. Definitely look that up. I think it's some of the best things they've made. I wish there was more weapon skins. I wish there was more like skins in general. But this is kind of the bar that we have Torn Banner in. The bar is very low. But they did a good job with the ones they made. I personally did get it because this is like the only game I play besides Hunt Showdown and single player games. Now, that first objective was pretty cool. It seems like the idea they're going for here is like less objectives but longer times. And I kind of like what they're doing here. I thought it was a pretty cool idea to try that. A lot of people are not happy with this map. I really don't. I kind of like it. I could be naive. Time will tell if that opinion changes. But I think it's better than the other Tenosian maps that we've all come to hate. And it's probably one of the better ones they've made. But this idiot, this is what Siege Equipment people do. He kills two people I was fighting, and I had no choice after he kills the second guy to hit him with a thank you to troll him, because that's what Siege Equipment mains do. If this is your first time watching the channel, we have no issues trolling archers and people that hog the catapult, stuff like that. That's about it though. We're nice to everyone else. But the map does get some valid criticism from a lot of people that I do agree with, even if overall I'm pretty happy with it, even though, like I said, the bar is in hell for Torn Banner. The two main things being it's too short, which I agree with, and the other thing being that the ending is anticlimactic. I'll get more on that later. I'm really disappointed that when you get killed for doing the objective, that guy took he took a negative kill just because he did the right thing and I happened to be defending it. That's unfortunate. I hope they change that. Here we get a anime showdown where we flourish at each other. He didn't know someone was coming behind him, I think, but now we get in a 2v1. I don't want to shout them out because I killed them, and also it, you know, I don't know if that makes people uncomfortable, but this was actually their two best players, and I was able to come out on a 2v1. I'll just say one was level 1000. It felt really good and got my gameplay back on track, so I didn't disappoint you guys for the actual gameplay. I know some of you sickos and evil perverts like to watch me struggle a lot and fail and die instead of dominate, so, you know, I didn't give that to you this time. I did turn it around. Another 2v1 in what looks like the same exact spot. Let's see if I win. You guys know how it is. In the words of DJ Khaled, all I do is win. Something I haven't changed on or touched on is the combat changes. The main one being a light stab does not go through teammates anymore. If you're like a spear or longsword user, I've done that a lot to stab through teammates that get in your way and still fish for kills. I do that with the longsword just because it does annoy me when people body block and do that, but I try not to do it to people who don't deserve it. Now, Help Me Step Bow, I asked him if that is gonna be a thing for comp, but he actually says it may be a thing more for 64s. And I believe a heavy stab still goes through, so just make sure you're using those if that's what you're doing, is stabbing through teammates. That like I said, I do it to people who get in the way. I don't do it to everyone because that's a little cowardice. So for this stage, I feel like this is a little bit of an awkward place to put Ballista. Torn Banner really does have some kind of obsession with ballistas in their last few maps. Going back to the Tanoja update, honestly, and it's driving me insane. That I forgot to mention that in some of the criticism, and I think that's completely fair as well. This stage is interesting because when you have to open the port, I don't know that word, I'm not going to pretend I know it. It opens very quickly but closes very quickly as well when you're defending and trying to get it back down. So I'm not sure what the strategy is going to be as opposed to other things. It kind of seems like one person can kind of go in and clutch it from either side and when it's coming down to the wire. So yeah, I'd be interested to see how this unfolds. A lot of things I was talking about with my friend Kilo23 is with this map, it goes a little short, people are saying. But like this game, for example, I didn't think was too short, so it depends on who's in your lobby. Like maybe more competitive players or server browser, it will go on longer. But when people aren't doing the objective, it does go pretty quickly.
You're welcome.
Very nice streak there. I didn't realize I had 15 takedowns, but kind of letting this breathe a little bit now that I've given my thoughts for the most part. So there you have it, guys. That's my thoughts on the update, and me and the other guy absolutely carried that team for a win. It was pretty rough. If you wanted to look at the stats for the rest of the team, don't pay attention to how far on the battle pass I am, because I've been no-lifing hard. And I'd give the update like a 7.5 out of 10 by Torn Banner standards. Honestly, like a 8.5 or 9. Really enjoying it so far. The cosmetics are great. That's important to me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.